like the most magnificent individual that I've met. He's a great humanitarian. And that's what I can say, because he's so nice. If I need anything, I can go knock on his door. I can go upstairs to his house and be right there with his baby. She got twins. And I'm dirty. Yeah. Look how dirty I am. Right? And if a man like him, if you can do that, if he will allow you to do that, right? Because a lot of people that got authority and a little money like that won't let you know nowhere close to him like this. That tells me right there that he's a great man.
Have you met many of the staff here at the Real News?
I've met everybody. Everybody that worked for Paul J is nice.
Cool.
People with class.
Well, Rick, thank you. I really appreciate this chat.
Thank you. He's a magnificent person, right? He's conscious and aware of the situation of the people in the city and the growing homelessness, right? So he's trying to, talk to certain people in the know that's been out here and find out what he can do, to see if he can help the situation, right? Which is good. And he likes me, right? And as a person. And he comes and gets me to do a few things here and there for him, right? And gives me a few bucks. And when he first moved down here, I was sleeping right there under his awning. And for the first 4 months, he didn't have an alarm system. So I was his alarm system. The equipment that he got is really expensive, right? And he said, so by you keeping an eye on the building, I got in trouble a couple of times for jumping on people, breaking in there. And he came and got me out. He goes over there. He'll go over there and he'll talk to them.
And what's over there?
That's over there for the bridge. A lot of homeless people sleep over there.
And they call it Camp 83?
Yes. Yes. And I hear them people kind of thing. But he goes over there without any fear of being messed with. Don't nobody mess with him. Right? And because he's a nice guy. Right? And you don't find too many people that do that, right? That'll go and actually talk to them and find out what they need and what needs to be done to help the situation along and everything. But he does that personally instead of sending somebody else to do it. And that right there is above and beyond me, right? And he had me walk over there with him too a couple of times and get their opinions of what needs
the homeless shelter. It switched hands over the past few months, and some of the people are saying there are improvements. Do you know anything about that?
Basically speaking, it's not improving. It's getting worse.
And how is that?
Because 9/10 out of all of the homeless people that have been out here so long that they done develop habits that ain't good. All kinds of habits, like stealing, putting their hands on, taking everything ain't nailed down, stealing, robbing, raping. They do everything that's not good instead of trying to do something that will improve their situation. They actually making it worse. That shelter is so god dangerous to stay in.
And it's still dangerous?
Yes, right now.
I mean, how would, compared to the old management to the new management, You don't see any difference at all?
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Well, how so? How is it more dangerous?
Okay, let me put it like this. You know, like you got the Crips and the Bloods and all of these gangs all over the place. It's getting like that in there. They're getting in gangs, right? And it's like they're trying to take over or intimidate or whatever. That ain't good. That means it ain't gonna get better. It's gonna get worse.
Did you used to stay at the shelter?
Never.
Never? Yeah.
I went there, yeah, long time ago. But I couldn't have
How long ago?
been over 10 years.
How long have you been homeless?
About 3 years.
3 years.
On a constant basis. Right. But I'm safer right here than I am going in the shelter. And that ain't good. And the people that's running it, there ain't no way that I can think of that they can control the situation, because there's too many of them. Cold Blue is over there. The overflow is over here. When they run out of space over the Cold Blue, they send them over to the overflow. The overflow, when they get full, they send them out to a whole bunch of different places, like university and other places for people to sleep. The homeless situation is getting out of hand because it's just too many of them. And every day somebody else is becoming homeless.
And we're here at the Real News grand opening. So,
I have no idea.
how do you feel about the grand opening tonight?
It's a beginning. It's an opening. It's a beginning. We plan to try to become the source of news for Baltimore. We hope if we do, we can help change the political culture of Baltimore. People think, or too many people accept, that the chronic problems here are just the way things are, and they can't be solved. But we think if we can start by changing the media, we can also then change public policy and help serve the community. So I'm pretty happy that it's a good beginning.
And when you say chronic problems, what do you mean by that?
Well, it starts with poverty and everything that goes with it. The murder rate in Baltimore is, we're on route now for, another 230, 240 murders. The levels of violence, people kind of just accept it. When I say people, especially television news, they turn these tragedies into kind of infotainment, but they never ask why there's so many murders, and never really seek solutions. And we know it has a lot to do with who owns stuff, who has power. You need a media that is willing to ask those kinds of questions. So we hope over the next few years, one, we become the mainstream news for Baltimore, and we are going to raise the questions of who owns stuff and who has power.
Well, I just spent a half an hour across the street with Rick, who says he's very familiar with you, and he's looked over your building since you moved in here.
Yeah, he was here for 3 years before we got here.
Yeah. So it sounds like, from what he tells me, you get out here, right across the street is what they call Camp 83. And he says you're an amazing man. I quote him. And he says that you walk over there yourself and engage in the community here. And I think that's very commendable.
Well, nothing commendable. We're all doing the Real News because it's in our interest to do it. We're not doing it because we're some kind of just humanitarians. We do it because we do what gives our life meaning. So it's nothing commendable. We go talk to people because if we don't, we can't do what we do.
But you're not seeing the owners of ABC and CBS or the managers.
That's the dishonors. No, we don't seek dishonor of being ABC or CBS.
Well, Paul J., I really appreciate this, and I appreciate your news. You're doing an incredible job here in Baltimore.
Well, thanks very much.
We look forward to a great future for you here.
Cool. Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you.